Miss Sanchez, you say today's DNA results mean everything. You are spiritually married to the defendant, but claim his denial that he fathered your 8-month-old son has stopped him from legally marrying you. You need paternity proof to save this relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tورman, you doubt you are Jordan's father and say your marriage is not a real legal marriage, and it won't be unless Ms. Sanchez stops lying to you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Sanchez, why is today's result so important to you?
It's important to me to save my marriage with my husband because this has gone on for 2 years of accusations and lies and the fact that he doesn't trust me. It's very hurtful, and it means a lot to me today that we prove once and for all that he's the father of my son and put it all to bed after this.
Why are you here, Mr. Tورman?
I'm here because, like she said, we got married, but I couldn't go through with it because there's too many trust issues. And I feel like if you don't have trust, you can't go forward with the relationship, and I don't believe he's mine. So I want to find out.
So this paternity question literally has your marriage, your legal marriage, on hold.
Yes.
You refuse to move forward. Mr. Tورman, can you please tell the court, how did you meet Miss Sanchez?
Well, we met on Tinder, and I'm swiping, and I came across her profile, and I super liked. So super like is when it goes directly to them, so they know somebody likes you. And so she liked me back. We connected. We were supposed to hang out the first night, and she declined because she was with somebody else she met from Tinder. So the second night is when we actually hung out. She came over. We had some drinks. One thing led to another, and we had sex the first night.
The first night you met?
Yes, it was the first night.
That's definitely a super swipe, super like, whatever you called it. Okay, so you meet and you have sex the first night.
Yes, ma'am.
Unprotected?
Yes.
Miss Sanchez, I have to ask you, because he said you went on a date before, were you dating multiple men at the time?
No.
But when you met Mr. Tورman, he was just what? So nice, handsome, you just decided you're going to have sex with him on the first night?
All of the above, plus all the added alcohol and, you know.
That'll do it. Blame it on the alcohol. All right, so, Mr. Tورman, did you believe after you had the first date and first sexual encounter with Miss Sanchez that you all were exclusive?
So I felt that we were exclusive, but me and her had two different ideas of what talking is. To me, talking is...
What does talking even mean? I talk to a lot of people. What does that mean? That means nothing to me. We had no ground rules.
That's where a lot of the trust issues came in, because I'm thinking one way, she's thinking another way, and I showed my friends pictures of her because I'm hyped. I'm like, she beautiful, she matched with me, we met, and so I showed them pictures, and they send me a video like, yo, isn't this the girl you're talking to? She's at a bar giving somebody else her number, it looks like.
Nope.
So it just started to form, like, issues with trust. If she slept with me the first night that we met, then what would, I mean, she probably could have slept with him the first night.
Did you bring it up? Did you say, oh, I saw you give your information to this guy?
Yeah, I did, and she kept the same attitude, like...
Because how could I know it's wrong if we're just talking? I didn't feel guilty about that.
Well, she's being honest. You were on direct dial and she was on the party line.
Right. Then there's another situation where I'm out with my friends, and another guy who I've just seen around, I don't really know him personally, he stops me and he's like, hey, man, are you talking to Gabby? And he goes, you should be careful, man. I heard she messes with a lot of dudes. And I'm like,
what?
There were people that I was swiping through, matching with, and having conversations with.
So how many conversations did you have open when you were with Mr. Tورman?
Exactly.
We were just talking.
ever get any physical evidence that Miss Sanchez was with someone else?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. So we went to the grocery store. And we came back. So I go to the trunk to get the groceries or whatever, and I find men's boxers in the trunk. Now, I know for sure these aren't mine. I'm like, whose are these? These are not mine.
What?
So,
Jerome, I don't even know if I want to see that evidence, though. You want to go get it?
They wash it? Yeah, I'll get it.
Oh! You know I'm a germaphobe. Put it on this pen. Exhibit A. Men's boxers. Miss Sanchez, how did these men's boxer shorts get in your trunk?
Okay, because I had done laundry at my family member's house. I have male family members, and that's a lie because there was more than just one thing of boxers. There was socks in there. There was all kinds of random stuff in there.
I didn't see it.
I'm sure you didn't.
But a whole pair of men's boxer shorts is the one thing in your trunk out of all the laundry?
That's an unfortunate coincidence. But
Gotcha.
that's exactly what happened. That's it. That's it.
And then after all this, you find out you're pregnant.
Not exactly that way. He took me to Vegas for my birthday. And on that trip is when we had sex again, unprotected. And I know for a fact that I conceived October 20th. That's my birthday. So that...
In Vegas. Mm-hmm. On October 20th.
Mm-hmm.
But I have proof that October 15th, a friend of mine, Mr. Stevenson, seen her at a bar talking to somebody else.
And that date was what?
October 15th, and I believe that could have been the conception date.
It looks bad. It looks bad. I get that. I understand that.
Well, the only way to figure that out, let me grab my conception calculator and see what's going on here. When is Jordan's birthday?
His birthday is July 9th.
Birthday, July 9th, 2018. Mm-hmm. And then I'll press calculate. Sex likely between October 15th and October 21st, 2017.
Exactly, the date my friend seen her at the bar talking to the guy. So I think it's possible that she went home with that guy and like me and her had sex on the first night, could have been the same situation.
I never slept with that person.
Yep. And then there was another situation where I was going to go out with my friend. She didn't want me to. I went out anyways. The next day, we had a talk, and she was upset, and she was like, well, you don't need to come to the hospital because he's not yours. We're good.
What?
Yeah, she's like, we're good. We don't need you. Don't come to the hospital. He's not yours.
Miss Sanchez, after all that, you ring that bell?
I know the things that get under his skin, and in those moments of tension, and I'm trying to hurt him, I'm trying to upset him, I know exactly what to say that's gonna upset him, and I knew that would be the number one thing. That's not right, nor was it true, but that's what I said.
I think I've heard enough testimony. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. Results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Tورمان versus Sanchez, when it comes to 9-month-old Jordan Tورman, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Tورman, you are the father.
Yes.
You are the father. That is your son.
That's amazing. That's important to me because, like I said, our love is amazing. What we've grown to become is nothing like we started. So this is just allowing us to keep moving forward.
And I can see how emotional that makes you because it was weighing on you.
Yeah, it was.
I think it's important that you acknowledge that pain, and it's important that you're honest about the hurt. Because I can see you genuinely love Ms. Sanchez. And that's why we have counseling and resources for you. And I want you to talk to Dr. Jeff because I think it's going to be very important to really think about that. I wish you all the very best. Court is adjourned.